Has this ever happened to you? You're in your pleasant little bathroom, taking a pleasant little shower, thinking pleasant little thoughts, until suddenly you remember that one thing you used to do in high school that makes you cringe and crawl out of your skin, and now your day is ruined. Yeah. That thing. So if you read the title, which I'm assuming you did because you clicked on this video, high school was such an interesting time. In high school, I didn't really know how to do my makeup. I was also dealing with acne at that time because who wasn't? I was also on the swim team, so that combined with my acne, combined with everyday exposure to chlorine, combined with the fact that I thought I would look cute if I dyed my hair burgundy. Yeah, it was a whole look. I thought it would be fun to kind of recreate my everyday makeup look when I was in high school. I thought it would also be fun to eat some hot Cheetos while I do this because this used to be my breakfast. This probably explains my current digestion issues, but I feel like that's just a girl thing. I feel like every girl has like stomach problems. Every day, I started school around like 8:15 or whatever, and it took me about 10 to 15 minutes to get to school. So I woke up like 7:20, so that gave me like 20 minutes to sit on my sink counter and do my makeup. And thank goodness, I still cared about skincare, so I moisturized my face before I put anything on it. And so that's what I'm gonna do. I moisturized my face with this Clinique moisturizer that I still use to this day. Now in high school, I did not know of this thing called primer, so we're not gonna prime. After high school, I got makeup certified, and so the inner makeup artist in me is literally screaming, but that's okay. Next up, the brows. If you have watched any of my other videos, you know that I spend like 40 minutes on my eyebrows because I'm literally so insecure about them, but in high school, I wasn't, and so I just did them however I wanted to or however I felt like. I used to use a pomade, the Anastasia pomade. Your girl back then really liked the dark skinny brow look, and I'm just going to fill in the tail end of my eyebrows. In high school, I didn't really purchase makeup on my own. I kind of just used whatever my mom had in her makeup bag, and I kind of just took her makeup. Before, I didn't really care about the shape, so honestly, the only things that I cared about filling in was sort of the tail. I had really arched eyebrows, and so I'm literally kind of scared. I don't think I started to use makeup until like senior year, a little bit in junior year, because in all honesty, I wasn't that insecure as a kid in terms of my face. Even though I had acne, no one really like shamed me for it, and I honestly didn't really care that people saw I had acne. The thing that I was more insecure about was my weight in high school because I always had like a little belly, and being in swim, I had to wear like a skimpy swimsuit. It would always show my belly, and I was kind of insecure because all of the other girls on the swim team were like lean and they looked really good in their swimsuits. Okay, done with the pomade, but we're not done yet because I liked dark eyebrows. I'm literally scared of my 16-year-old self. That's okay. Since I don't have any like black brow powder, I'm just gonna go in with this Too Faced chocolate bar palette because it has this delicious super dark brown color that I'm going to set my brows with. Oh my god, look at how dark that is. I was literally crazy to put black on my eyebrows. Back then I would do my makeup, and then whenever I finished, I would be like, wow, you look amazing. Like amazing. I don't know why I did that. What have I done? I'm really trying hard not to clean up these brows. After I did my brows, after I slayed them, I would go in with a foundation. Back then, I didn't have any money, and so I didn't buy any like Estee Lauder foundation. I'm gonna use the Estee Lauder foundation, but back then I used like a powder compact. So I'm gonna use the Estee Lauder foundation, which is my absolute go-to foundation. Gonna dab a little bit on my finger. I used to like the discoloration underneath my eyes because I thought it looked like eyeshadow, so I didn't put foundation under there. I only put it on places like where I had a mustache because I didn't regularly maintain it. I also put it in places where I felt like I had too much peach fuzz, so on my cheek and on my forehead. Sometimes my blender wouldn't even be like damp whenever I use it, so I don't know. I was just doing whatever honestly. All right, avoid the under eye area because we like the discoloration. It's crazy that I put this much effort into my makeup back then. I don't know how I went all day in high school with this makeup on, and then I went swimming in it. Now, the one thing that hasn't changed about me since high school is that I used to love bronzer. Like, if I had to go without foundation, for example, if I woke up really late to school one day and I didn't have time to put foundation on, I would just go for bronzer. And so I loved bronzer, and luckily I still do. I'm just gonna go ahead and put like a ton of bronzer. I used to think that the more bronzer I put on, the more snatched I would look and the more I would appeal to like college boys. Yeah, literally just put it everywhere and put it on really aggressively too, because I felt like a hot girl, like such a hot girl, the more aggressive I applied my makeup. Like, so hot, so hot. Forget about blush because I never used blush. I honestly didn't even use blush until like 2 or 3 years ago, which is insane because I use 2 different blushes nowadays. But no blush today. Onto the eyes. Zoom back in. This was the era when MAC paint pots were like really popular. They looked like the Anastasia brow pomade, but instead of it being for your brows, they would just be like eyeshadow pigments, and you would just rub your fingers in here and like smear it onto your eyes. I used to love MAC paint pots, especially the paint pot that was in this purple, dark purple color. And like, I don't have it now because I think they discontinued making it, but purple eyeshadow. I would wear purple eyeshadow and I would walk around thinking I was the shit. The closest thing that I have to that purple eyeshadow, and I'm like honestly really scared to use it, but I'm gonna use the Sweetest Tea Morphe palette, and I'm gonna go in with this shade all the way at the bottom right here called In the Mood. You know, I started this video out thinking it was gonna be fun, but now I'm gonna go in with that color, In the Mood, and I'm just going to put a little bit at the corners of my eyes. I'm not even gonna blend it because I didn't know about blending back then, so let's just see. Oh yeah, this is bringing me back. Oh my goodness. I wouldn't even fan it out. I would just keep it in like this circular sort of a shape. I don't know why. No blending, no anything. I'm just gonna do the same thing on the other eye because I'm a psychopath. Isn't this just beautiful? Now, after I finished applying my beautiful shade of purple, I went in with the most illustrious gold color I could find. So that way I could highlight the lids of my eyes. Since I don't have the same gold color that I used back then, I'm just gonna use my NYX Epic Wear liner stick in the color Rose Gold. And I'm just going to place a little bit of, or a lot of bit of this color on my lids. And I would carry it all the way to my inner corner. I swear whenever I used to pull up to school rocking this look, people would give me so many compliments. Honestly, those comments really gassed me up, so I would walk around campus thinking I was the shit. I'm a star. Now, the last thing that I would do for my eyes is I would put a little bit of black liner. I used to use non-waterproof black eyeliner, so whenever I swam, the black would literally just run down my eyes because I didn't take off my makeup before I swam. We're older, so we're using waterproof eyeliner to line the eyes, and I'm just going to stick pretty close to the natural. I'm not really gonna wing it. I'm trying not to wing it. Yeah, this is giving like high school me vibes. I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side. In high school, I did not give a shit about symmetry or having things look the same. I just did whatever. So my wings were almost never identical. One would be thicker, one would be thinner, one would be longer. Fun. Now, since the discoloration underneath my eyes was not enough, I would go back in with a paint pot, the purple color, and I would put a little bit under here, just out here and here. And finally, to finish off my final look and get ready for school, I would go in with whatever nude lip liner I could find that my mom had lying around. And it was always this NYX matte lip liner in the color Free Spirit. And so let's line the lips. Honestly, this color doesn't do shit because I think it's too light. It does nothing. No setting spray for me. This is basically the finished look. Actually, no, there's one thing I did forget though. All right, so the last thing that we're Rude. All right, so the last thing that we're going to do is curl our hair. I used to do this thing where I didn't curl like all of my hair. So I would only curl like the strands of hair that were immediately visible to me. And I spent maybe like 3 minutes curling my hair, and whatever strands of hair that I could manage to grab within those 3 minutes got curled and the rest didn't. So that's what we're gonna do. To this day, I use the same hair curler because I refuse to spend money on a new hair curler. I've been meaning to get my hands on the new Dyson Airwrap. I just haven't found this place within me to get rid of this hair curler, even though like the handle's broken off, but it's okay. I have mom hands, so. All right, and that is all I managed to curl within 3 minutes. And this is the finished look. From a distance, you can't really tell that this is what I used to do in high school, but keep in mind that I'm a lot better at makeup now, so my application isn't as like bad as it was before. Well, that was fun. I hope y'all enjoyed it. I'm gonna go finish my bag of hot Cheetos, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.